Welcome to the prop market. I'm your host, the Prop King, and today I have NFL Week 15 player props and best bets. Super excited to bring you these six player props and my one best bet. We have been absolutely killing it here in the NFL market. It has been my second most profitable market next to college basketball, and we've been on a generational run, and we're going to keep that going here in Week 15. Before I get started with my picks, I'm going to give you a little bit of information that's going on here in the prop market. Number one, looks like we're going in for a sweep on the NBA. So we have NBA, college basketball, and college football available along with these NFL picks. So if you're not already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's absolutely free. And I've been giving free picks for almost 2 years now. So what I am asking is some of my subscribers who've been around at least 3 months, 2 months, however long. Some of you have been long, a lot longer than that. Go ahead and leave me a tip, a donation. Show your appreciation that way. Been dealing with something with YouTube as far as my content. And we'll deal with that. It should be resolved in the next week or so. Until it's resolved, I'm asking for a little appreciation. I'm trying to see maybe this is like a tester. I'm just trying to see what's really going on, right? So someone sweeps you out. Do you tip? Do you not? I mean, hell, going to McDonald's costs you $20 for two people. So I mean, tipping, $5, it's not much off you. But, we've already had a couple, I'd say more than a couple. We've had a few, a couple, not enough people tip. So we're getting there though. But there's a lot of people that aren't. And I'm kind of concerned because I'm like, man, you watch the show every single day and can't leave a small tip. Kind of makes me think that what everyone's been telling me about, man, you need to go to VIP, and those are the type of things I might start doing, Patreon, just because, people don't really respect free. With that being said, let's go ahead and get to our picks. 18 and 5, 78%. As I said, been killing the best bets, just ridiculous. If you've been following my best bets, go ahead and hit that like button. Props 74 and 46, 62%. I will say we are coming off a losing week, and it was my first losing week of the NFL season. So now we're going to hear what the bounce back spot, and I absolutely love these picks. Let's get to the first one. Patrick Mahomes of the Chiefs. Average passing yards 261, projected passing yards 250. Coming off a really bad game. So Patrick Mahomes is coming in here off a bad game, playing a good defense versus the Chargers. But here's the thing. He only threw for 160 yards last week and a 42% completion rate. I expect a way better game, a huge bounce back spot. Also, this is going to be a positive game script as far as passing for multiple reasons. They might be trailing, and also on top of that, the Chiefs have struggled to run the football. I expect 45 plus passing attempts and different type of passing attempts for Patrick Mahomes. I expect them to go out swinging, backs against the wall, and they're going to go out with Mahomes throwing the football, not running. With that being said, give me the over 236.5 passing yards for Patrick Mahomes. Next guy is Philip Rivers. Sorry, this guy, man, he's been struggling because he's old. Let's be honest, he hasn't played in forever, and he's going to be struggling. He's 44-year-old coming out of retirement. And he was a high school football coach, from what I know, has 9 kids. So he's just an old guy coming against this good Seahawks defense. And I think there's a high risk of, unfortunately, maybe him getting injured, him not finishing this game. There's a lot of different things that can happen, a blowout. Also, the main thing I think is probably going to happen is they're going to try to protect him by using the running game. And I don't see him throwing the ball a lot down the field because when you throw the ball down the field, you need that protection. That's when you get hit. There's going to be a lot of short passes, and which, if I'm a defense, I'm going to know that. I'm going to know that he's not going to be able to drop back and throw, 50-yard bombs. And the Colts aren't really that type of offense anyway. So go ahead and give me this under, man. Give me the under 152.5 passing yards for Phillip Rivers. Poor guy. I don't think they should be putting him in this situation, especially against the Seahawks. Should be interesting. They say he's going to start. I'm not sure. Next guy is Lamar Jackson, and a little bit more comfortable with Lamar Jackson here. Average fantasy score 19, projected 24. The Bengals are giving up the second most fantasy points in the NFL to quarterbacks. So, as we know, Cincinnati has struggled, versus the pass, versus the run, pretty much in any type of way. Over under set at 51. So it's a high point total. I expect Lamar Jackson, who had a pretty good fantasy game last week, which was one of his first ones in a while. He has nothing to lose. I think he goes out there and plays free. Also, he's not been running as much as of late, but I see, him having to use his legs or this season will be over. Josh Allen just went out and torched the Bengals, and I don't think Lamar Jackson's on his level at this time because he looks a little tentative, but I do expect him to come out and play a lot more aggressive. He's had a lot of touchdowns called back in the last few weeks. I think it's 3 or 4 touchdowns called back. Hopefully those touchdowns stand this time. With that being said, go ahead and give me the over 20 fantasy score for him. He has 43 yards rushing. I'm sorry, he is averaging 206 yards passing. I think that goes up in this game as well. Next guy is Breece Hall of the Jets. Average rushing yards 67, projected rushing yards 61. Facing the Jaguars, who allow the least amount of rushing yards in the NFL. So it's not a good spot for Breece Hall. Not to mention, he's going to be playing with Brady Cook, first year quarterback coming in here. If I'm the Jags, I'm stacking the box. 8 and 9 people in the box. I'm forcing this guy to beat me. Yes, they're going to feed Breece Hall the ball a lot, but I don't think it matters because I do not think the Jaguars will let him run. Um, you got a really good defense. They also play good ball control, the Jaguars. So, I do see them possibly, scoring and then holding on to the ball a lot. Another thing is if the Jets are playing from behind, they're going to have no choice but to throw the football. Give me the under 68.5 rush yards for Breece Hall. Next guy is Shedeur Sanders of the Browns. Average fantasy score 19. I got him projected at 13. Chicago's ranked 27th in the NFL on defense. So it's a good spot for him in that spot. Honestly, I've been playing Shedeur Sanders props since he started playing. He's cashed me out 3 out of 3 weeks. This is week 4. I see no difference. He's coming off a 36 fantasy score, second highest for any quarterback last week. He threw the ball 42 times, so it is a good amount of volume. Look for the Bears to probably have the lead, which is going to lead to more positive pass scripts. Another thing, busted coverage is something that the Bears do a lot, and they're allowing 357 total yards. So I look for Shedeur Sanders. I don't know if his game's going to be great, but this number is once again too low. I don't understand it, but I'll definitely keep taking it. Give me over 11.5 fantasy score for Shedeur Sanders. Next guy is Dak Prescott of the Cowboys. Average passing yards 271. Projected passing yards 279. Here's another situation where we're going back to the well. Over 300 passing yards 5 times in a dome. So he's almost cashed his line. I think he's cashed his line every single time in a dome. And so I see no reason why he doesn't continue to do so. Playing at home, the offense should be clicking on all cylinders. I do expect another big game from Dak here. He's been throwing the ball really well. I expect Pickens to play a lot better because he didn't play well in the last game. He's 8 of 13 games over this line in general. Going against this Minnesota defense that, has some issues in the secondary. So I absolutely love him here. Give me the over 262.5 passing yards for Dak Prescott. Now for our best bet. I like it here. I like the Vikings versus the Cowboys, and I like the over. I'm not going to sugarcoat it too much. The Cowboys are a really bad defense, and the Cowboys have a really good offense. The Vikings are a decent offense. I do think JJ McCarthy will play better versus the Cowboys, and then the Vikings defense, they're up and down. They're questionable sometimes. And I'm questioning them here in this spot. Got the Cowboys at home. They have been able to score any time in a dome, and I think they continue that. Give me the over 47.5 for the Vikings versus the Cowboys. Now for the recap here, we got Patrick Mahomes over 236.5 passing yards, Philip Rivers under 152 passing yards, Lamar Jackson over 20 fantasy score, Breece Hall under 68 rushing yards, Shador Sanders over 11.5 fantasy score, and then Dak Prescott over 262.5 passing yards. If you enjoyed the video, as I said, hit the like button, leave a comment, and of course subscribe to the channel. And then there's a little option right there. You can tip me here. So if you click on that little link right there where it says tip me here, if you're on a phone or a computer, you can go ahead and it links you right to where you can tip me. It's 100% secure. Thank you to all the people that already have tipped. And I'm looking for a few more of you to continue to keep this train going as I'm handing out winners. Absolutely love all of the people that have given me the tips and shown me the donations and shown me the love. I'm definitely going to shout you out really soon on the channel. With all that being said, keep what you like, leave what you don't, and let's cash.